live. Oh my god.
We are?
Yes.
Whoa.
Yes, we are live. Okay. I know everybody's been waiting for like 30 minutes to watch this stream, but we are live. Okay.
Hi.
I will do my intro first. I'm gonna remember to look at the right screen. So, hey guys, what's up? It's Jherica KD9ORR back at it again. And yes, the official audio test TO in the chat. My dad, he's my tech support for this. So let us know how the audio is doing. Today is the first official live stream of the YL Gang. We've been sort of calling ourselves the YL Gang for a while, because we're just a gang of random young ham radio people that we do stuff occasionally if we're not dying under physics homework.
A scrapping young bunch of young amateurs here to push off physics homework and bring you the best content on the World Wide Web.
Although apparently Jherica's got a
high stakes here, guys. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
Echo.
Uh-oh, Echo. Jherica, are you running the stream as well?
What? Hold on. Yeah, I am.
Okay, you gotta mute that, girl.
Okay.
It's okay.
Everything is okay. Nothing is going wrong.
You
We're fine.
First stream thing. Alana should join at some point.
Introduce these fine people.
So yes, that is going to be the first thing, is everybody needs to introduce themselves. So I've already said my name. I'm Leah, KD9ORR. And we'll start with Elizabeth, because Jherica's busy.
Okay. Hi, I'm Elizabeth. My call sign's KD9ORR. I do things with the Illinois Young Hams. We're building our website currently. It's ILH.club. I don't know. I like technology. It's pretty cool. Alright, how about you, Jherica?
I'm Jherica. I'm KI5HTA. And yeah, I've been friends with Leah for almost a year now. Oh my gosh. And it all started with Morse code. So yeah, I'm working on, I have a lot of projects going on now. I revolve around code more than anything else. So most of my current events are going to be that.
Quick question.
Am I right, boys?
I just forgot the question I was going to ask you, Jherica. So, I'm not going to ask you that question anymore. So, I think the first thing would be how we met, how we became the YL Gang. Jherica already said a little... Oh, that was what my question was going to be. I'm so good at this. Okay. I was going to ask you, how much of Morse code practice do you actually remember at this point?
I remember a pretty good bit. Like, I can still send, but not very fast.
Yeah, see, I need to get back on the Morse code thing because my radio does Morse code, and I would like to be able to do Morse code POTA activations, but I know that's gonna get crazy really quickly. So, Elizabeth, how did I meet you? Random stranger.
I don't completely remember how I found out about you, but at some point I was like, well, someone in my demographic in this hobby gotta send her an email. So, Alana's here, by the way. So I did that. And you were like, okay, cool, I know like 5 other people. Want to hang out? And I was like, yeah, now we're here. So thanks for that.
Awesome. Alana is currently connecting to audio. Let's see, we're having some issues on audio.
I'm on my phone. Can you tell me what the code is, please?
The code?
She's already in.
You're already in the meeting.
You're here. Welcome.
You're here.
No, but I wanted to join through my computer.
Oh. Here, I'll...
Sorry.
Okay. Go to your phone and email yourself the link that I sent you. And then go on your computer to your email and open that up.
Technology.
Okay.
Technology.
I'll be back.
Okay,
Sorry.
awesome. I'll see you in a couple seconds.
Apparently we picked
People in the chat are saying there's still an echo. Is that true? Or was that
It was my end, I think.
Okay.
Okay, so I think the question that most people want the answer to, all of these old people in chat, is
Hi, old people in chat.
hi, boomers. Is how you guys actually got into ham radio, because I know a lot of them are interested in getting other people into ham radio, especially young people, because there needs to be more young people. So, how did each of you guys get involved?
Okay, I can go. My dad, I grew up around ham radio. My dad's had his license for, not actually sure how long as I can remember. And when I was about 11 years old, I started studying to get my technician. And I would always, I would make contacts off of his radio and stuff under his call sign and stuff. It was great. And then I ended up being one question off every time I took it. And then, yeah. And then December of 2019, actually, I got my technician, and then March of 2020, I got my general, and now I'm studying for my extra, so.
We need to do like an extra class study group. Elizabeth, do you have your extra license?
No, I'm just a general.
Yeah.
Just a general.
Just a general. Me too. So at some point we should do like an extra class study group, and
Yeah, for sure. That'd be fun. I'd be down for that.
yeah. Okay, Alana is here. Let's see. And she is connecting to audio. Wow, everybody in chat's just saying how old they are. I think the only other person our age in chat is
He's the youngest.
Sam, NW70.
Sam!
NW7L. Hello.
Yes.
I don't know you, but hello.
Alana, hello. How are you doing today?
I'm wonderful. How are you, Leah?
I'm doing great. Okay, so you have to introduce yourself because everybody else has introduced yourself. So how do you know us?
Well, how do I know you three crazies? Oh. Alright, fine. You want the whole story? So, my dad, oops, I closed the wrong tab. Okay. So my dad is the president of a ham radio club that we all were in called CW Long Island Club. And we met during the kids' Morse code classes during quarantine in March. And Leah was my first friend.
Yeah.
Then Leah made friends with Jherica. And she was like, Alana, Jherica has to be friends with us. And so then we all became best friends. And then later on, Leah made friends with Elizabeth. And then Elizabeth joined our squad. And so on and so on. So yeah.
Yes. We're accepting YL Gang applications, by the way.
Applications. You'll be reviewed by the board.
The council will decide your fate.
The council will decide your fate.
As you can see, we are a very serious group of professional ham radio people. Awesome, awesome. So, Elizabeth, now it's your turn to answer the question. How did you get into ham radio?
It's a weird story. Like, when I was, young, I don't know how young I was, but I was on the website Scratch, which is like a kids education and programming site. There was another user on the site who had like a Skywarn profile picture, and I didn't know what that was. But we made friends because we were working on a project in the same group, and he was like, "Oh, I report weather on this radio, and we have a net, and we talk to people." It's like, whoa, that's so cool. I've never heard of it before. I was less interested in the weather aspect of it than I was the idea of just connecting with people without the infrastructure. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. Eventually I remember sitting in the car. This is probably months later. I was like, Dad, I kind of want to get into this amateur radio thing. Have you ever heard of it? And he was like, oh yeah, your grandpa and I are licensed. So I was like, oh, okay. I don't know how I didn't know about that before now. But even so, I got really lucky in my situation because there was an old study book from the 90s lying around. There were a couple of old radios in the family. So had I not had that advantage, I don't know if I'd be here today. But eventually, it took me a little while to figure out how to study, because when I was so little, like studying out of that book, I didn't really like get it. But then I found out this couple years ago about hamstudy.org, and so I studied, and then early this year I finally got my tech license, and then I upgraded, and now we're doing fun radio things together. It's a good time.
Yeah. Alana, now that you're here, we brought the fun Cheez-It loving monster to the group. So.
Oh no, you guys seriously told everybody that?
No.
That was the first time I met
What we
you.
have now.
I mean, we can go in detail on your Cheez-It eating obsession, but I think we will refrain from that in this live stream. Alana. So, Alana, how do you know about ham radio? How did you get into the Long Island kids class, besides the fact that your dad's the president?
That was really the main reason. I mean, that was how I found out about it, of course. And I know my dad's very big in the ham radio field and all that. And they started doing Morse code kid classes, and he told me about it. And I never expected his club to do something for kids. And I was like, maybe I should try it and like see like what my dad's like so into, because that's his hobby, and I have different hobbies, of course. And I did it, and I loved it, and I was just like, wow. My favorite part about everything was just connecting with everybody from around the world and making like awesome connections with people like you guys. So that was like awesome.
Yeah. Just heart. So, how I got into ham radio is actually kind of interesting. My dad, he does this thing where he just finds something and he's like, this might be cool, and he just does it. And so we moved to a new country. No, I've lived in America my whole life. We moved to a new state, and there's like an old person's ham radio club that meets, and so we went to the club, and I just sort of like sat in the back corner, and it met at the courthouse, so it's like this little dingy room. I was like sitting in the back corner, and everybody was like, oh my gosh, it's a young female person. And then they just didn't talk to me. And I was like, this is great. And then my dad went and found out more on his own, and we hosted summer field day that day, and we had a bunch of people over, and we had like RVs, and we had like people grilling, and Dad was like, here's the mic, Leah. And I was like, I'm not talking. He's like, you're talking. I was like, and he's like, you're talking. I've been addicted ever since.
I think basically what we've learned from this conversation is, like, among the wider community of young hams, there's currently like a really huge influence of like parents in it, which is kind of what we want to change. Like, there's a really high barrier to entry here.
Yeah.
And if you don't have like knowing about a club, or if there's not like somebody in your family who has like a vague knowledge of it, you're probably gonna have a lot of trouble. I know very few people that didn't have that kind of support, so that's what we got to work on.
Oh, Elizabeth's over here. She's like the official like wild person. She's carrying the torch.
Wow. Make change. I'll be the group advocate.
Yes. T.O. in chat says, what do you ladies think we can do to help change that? So what do you think we can do to get other people like ourselves interested in the hobby?
Stuff like
oh, you go.
Sorry.
No, it's fine.
It's the mic delay. No, stuff like this, definitely. Like, just getting out there.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah, I think.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry. I don't know how to like judge when people are about to start talking on this. I'm so sorry.
You should have a talking stick, remember?
Is there a plugin for Zoom for a talking stick?
Is there a raise the hand button?
There is actually.
There
I don't
is?
even know how.
One day on our
party popper.
Oh yeah. One day on one of our Zoom calls, we just passed random objects like out of frame to one another. Like, here, Elizabeth, would you like my phone?
Pass it this way. Pass it this way.
Here, there you go.
No, you gotta do it the opposite way.
Oh, the opposite way. Here.
Oh wait. I see. Wait, it's flipped on the actual screen. I see. No, wait. Do it again. Do it again.
Leo, what's that sticker on your phone?
Oh,
dang it!
It's
too high angle.
Hello.
Sorry. Okay.
This holographic Good Game sticker. Oh, do you know who Good Game is, Jherica?
Yeah, I actually designed that logo.
Crazy.
Sure.
Yeah, it was either this or walk around with the smoking ape on the back of my phone, and I figured that didn't look as good as a representative of the hobby. It's okay. It's okay.
How do we want to change this hobby? I agree. I think YouTube channels like this are a really good form of outreach because really, like, half the battle is presenting your hobby in a way that seems like cool and exciting. Like, one thing the maker community, like, as a whole has done really well is that there's a lot of extremely popular people, especially on this platform, that have, like, turned the maker space into, like, entertaining content. And I feel like that's what people are trying to do with amateur radio right now. But I think it's also going to be, like, making our knowledge bases more accessible. Like, right now, if I look up mag loop antenna on the internet, I'm going to get 3 PowerPoint presentations from various clubs without the associated notes. I'm going to get, like, 2 blog posts without parts lists. And I'm going to get, like, someone's, like, graduate thesis on them that is above my head because they haven't been to higher education. So we got to educate each other and make the hobby fun.
I think one of the most difficult things for me when Alana's over here, well done, well done. I think the most difficult thing for me was literally just getting past the test, because I had fun talking on the radio, I had fun making contacts, but then it was like, oh, if you want to do this for yourself, you have to do the test, and the test is grueling to study for, and none of it makes sense until you actually get your hands on it. Like, now, like, yeah, frequency, I'm tuning to, like, 14 whatever frequencies within that band, and I'm not going to say frequency because I know I'm going to be out of band. Like, you tune to frequency, oh, I know what that is in relation to radios, but it's really hard when you're first getting started. It's, like, so much knowledge, and a lot of the people that I know, you'd, like, ask them a question, and it's all these old dudes, and they know so much information, and you just get, like, washed out under a tidal wave of, like, oh, you wanted to know what a toroid was? Well, let me tell you.
I noticed something interesting in the chat. Someone, like, when we were talking earlier about knowledge bases, someone was like, and probably behind a paywall. This is what we gotta stop, team, okay? We gotta make an active effort to make knowledge free and accessible, and we're gonna have so many, like, new and exciting ideas in this hobby. Trust me, it's gonna be top notch. But we gotta work on it.
Spokesperson. Honestly,
You have to see the chat? I can't see it.
Send you, like,
Okay.
We just have it pulled up, like, in another tab.
just make sure you mute it.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
make
we're
sure
gonna
you mute
have
yourself.
problems. Big problems.
Yes. So, that is, yeah. Oh my gosh, English is not my strong suit. So one of the things I wanted to ask you guys is, what's, like, your favorite part of the hobby? Like, why do you do ham radio?
Smart person.
Like, not all at once.
How about we just do this and you're like, oh, Alana, yes, it's you.
It's so, like, depressing. We can't sync to that.
We're not at school.
Okay.
High school.
Okay.
I'm gonna go.
Oh,
I'm cutting you all off, okay? All right. So, for me, the most exciting part is the building of the things. I think homebrewing is the most exciting part of this, and maybe that's because I live in such a high noise environment that I really can't do anything above VHF, but it's okay. Like, building the things is more than half the fun, and I feel like that's super well reputed by the success of, like, the microcontroller market and making and hardware hacking and all that stuff. Anyway,
Yeah.
that's what I love about it.
Jherica, what's your favorite part of the hobby?
Definitely such a common answer, but, like, definitely, like, talking to people, getting out there, you know, talking to people at, like, halfway across the world, doing parts on the air, so much fun. Oh my gosh.
Alana, what's your favorite part of the hobby?
You. Just kidding. You're one of them, though, definitely. So I love how not only it's a way to communicate with others from all over the world, it's you share a common passion and interest. And, you can talk to anybody in any form, social media, in person, but not everybody's going to have the same interests as you. But like now when you go on the air or whatever, you just have somebody who's interested in what you're interested in, and you share that passion. I think that's really special.
Yes. Well said, Alana. I think
Everyone's just looking for community.
exactly. Everybody's just looking for somebody to talk to. I know one of my favorite parts of the hobby, it seems so like small, but is someone got a YouTube stream unmuted? Alana, are you muted?
Wait. My father has entered the chat.
Oh, good game. Hello.
We got both Steves right now.
When I open it, it said video unavailable.
Okay. Well, it's fine.
Jherica's dad.
We got both Steves.
Yeah, so I think one of the unappreciated parts of the hobby is just going on the radio, tuning around, finding someone who's just sitting there and just talking to them, doing a ride chew, because you can learn so much from people, and you don't know anything about them, and then after you're done with your rag chew, you can talk for like 30 minutes. At the end, you know what year they got licensed, what they love about the hobby, you know that they fell through the ice on their lake 4 years ago, you know a bunch of like random stuff, but at the end, you've like made a connection over the radio, and it's just so much fun. I will say, today, I was looking at one of the potential colleges I'm looking to go to, and the first thing I did was go to POTA.us and see what the nearest POTA activation was. I was like, if I have to drive like 4 hours, just not that college. Just not even worth it. Yeah. So, anybody got anything else that they wanted to come on here and say to all the old and young people in chat?
Someone asked about FT8, like whether young people are into it. The answer is definitely yes. I think the same thing, like young people, if something's fun, young people will have fun with it in the same way older people do. Like I think everyone just wants to have fun with the hobby. That's my perception of this.
I think that if you're interested in ham radio or Morse code, that this is the best time to go after that than ever, because, I mean, the perfect time. I'm sure you guys are all at home being like, oh, what to do, but this is a perfect time to start something new and get out there and start talking to people. It's like, it's good new pastime.
For
sure.
When we first met, I actually found out through I was gonna say the only good thing QRZ has done in my life. No. I actually found out.
Facts. Don't be afraid to speak the facts.
Elizabeth's watching because she knows the lids on QRZ. No.
Oh, yeah.
I went on QRZ. I don't even know what I was doing. I don't go on QRZ. I'm not an old person.
The Zed.
Yeah. The Zed. So, shade, yes. So I went on QRZ and it was like, there's a new Kids CW class. So I just like emailed the guy and I was like, okay, hi. And then like after the first couple classes, Alana and I, we were the oldest people in the class, which is like amazing. Everybody else was like 8 or 9 or 10, which is crazy. Like they're learning, there's a 5-year-old learning Morse code. Doing better than me. Okay? How? Abusive relationship with the Zed. Yes.
Abusive relationship with the Zed.
And I remember just like...
Can't. It's true though. We give so much and take so much.
Yes. And I remember just like in the Zoom chat being like, hi, your name's Alana, right? And she was like, yeah. My name's Alana, and then from there we were just instant friends. Or like the first time Jherica and I talked, we were like sending emails back and forth, and it was like, "Hello, Jherica, how are you doing today?"
We would sign them.
Thanks, Leah. KD9.
And you guys just see what happens when we're not live. It's pretty interesting.
We have the best time ever, and I think that's one of the things that's like really important about getting young people in the hobby is just showing them the fun, because there is so much fun to be had in the hobby. And if the first thing that I would have seen as someone who was just finding out what ham radio was I went to the club, they're like, we're doing a POTA today. Everybody shipped out to a POTA site, activated a park, made a bunch of contacts, had a bunch of fun. I would probably have had a very different perception, and it wouldn't have taken me so long to get into the hobby, because like I knew what ham radio was for a solid year before I got my license or did anything about it. And so I feel like getting more people to be able to see the fun. That's why like I did the video for the failed soda activation. It was like a 3-minute video of me and my sister dancing around in the snow eating chocolate because we couldn't do the activation. And I hope at some point that some young person sees that and is like, hey, that seems like fun.
I'm sure they do already, Leah. Hello.
I gotta say, like, the thing that really pushed me into, like, from going, like, yeah, amateur radio scene's cool, but, you know, government service, to being like, okay, this is something I really want to do, was seeing the ham radio crash course Modern Rogue collaboration videos on YouTube. Those videos are so good because it's not like just amateur radio. It's like, here's a cool and fun thing, and you do it with this. I'm sorry, I don't know how to explain it better than that. But those videos were so fun and exciting. I feel like we need like that kind of mindset.
Yeah. That's one of the things that I definitely say about ham radio is the knowledge comes second. The knowledge definitely needs to come second. Like, I'm not saying that, like, throw your young person out on the air, have them operating off-band privileges, like, but, like, show that person, like, hey, you can do this. And then they'll want to go and learn. They'll want to go and be like, oh, wait, so you're saying that number that's on the screen of my radio, that corresponds to the shape of the wave that's traveling through the atmosphere? That's crazy. And then you learn, mind blown. I'm like, right now in physics, I'm in AP physics, so's Jherica. Elizabeth's in honors physics, which apparently is even
last year. It's over.
Oh god.
Worst mistake. I should have taken AP. I should have taken AP.
The words you never thought you'd hear. Should have taken AP.
I mean, trust me, if there's any like freshmen out there listening to this somehow, take AP physics. You will not regret it.
I love how Elizabeth's saying that from the standpoint of honors physics, which is harder in her school. But Jherica and I are over here like, oh.
Trust me, you do not want to use honors physics teachers. It's not good.
I literally have a physics test tomorrow.
Procrastination.
You guys done the finals yet?
What'd you say?
Final.
Have you finished them yet? For like midterms, rather, I guess.
We canceled all of ours.
Oh wow, nice.
Nice.
Not the flags.
Yeah, I didn't have to test. To both of you guys, Jherica and Alana, who took AP classes last year and got to take the exams online.
I remember we were so stressed out about it. Like, me and Alana would be in the group chat every single day talking about, I'm so scared.
I don't actually feel about it.
Like that. The virtual one, it's so much easier because they allow you to have your notes with you, and it's just to go at your own pace.
I don't know. I kind of felt like I was racing against time. Like the clock was ticking down in the corner. I was like,
yeah,
right, sure. But other than that, it was totally fine.
I feel like they made some of the tests harder than others. Like, I took 3 separate AP tests last year, and one of them was AP Macro Econ. And they I don't want to speak too much about it, but it was just like, they they made it, and so it was 2 different questions, you know, and then you had a bunch of parts in the first question. They made a 13-part question that you had to answer in roughly 25 minutes, all thoroughly thought out responses. But then, like, I had my Gov test, and it was just like a 2-paragraph response. And it wasn't supposed to be like, it was supposed to be like a rough draft kind of deal. It wasn't supposed to be high pressure at all. So I just feel like some of them were just a little bit harder than others.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Oh, funny thing is, I took the computer science principles test. I didn't take the class. It was just like, maybe we can squeeze an extra like AP credit out of it. So I took it, and they removed the test portion and just made it a totally portfolio examination. So you just like submitted your code, and they were like, okay, good job.
For those of you that don't know,
Recommended, assuming they go virtual again.
which you wouldn't know, Elizabeth does robotics, and she's absolutely insane at it.
My secret's out. Oh no.
Yes. So it's definitely been fun. It's crazy to see the diversity of what we find fun in the hobby, but we can all still do it together. Like, we meant doing Morse code, but Jherica loves POTA, and Elizabeth's over there building and competing robots, and Alana's over here like, honestly, I'm a psychologist, but I just love the human connection.
Someone said first robotics? Question mark? Yes. Root for Team 4645, Chicago style hot dogs. My family.
Oh gosh. Yes. So, yeah, honestly, it's been crazy just to find out that there's other people my age in the hobby, and that's something that really inspired me to create my YouTube channel in the first place, because I want to find other people that are like me in the hobby. I want to find other people that could possibly join the YL gang that we could become friends with. And there's another girl who's a part of the YL gang. She flies planes. So, like, I know Morse code, like Jherica and Alana, and I know how to fly planes. Like, and there's just so many different connections within the group, but we all just have fun together. And honestly, I wish that that was something I could give to every kid entering into ham radio. Which is like, here's a group of friends that also think what you're doing is cool and not at all socially unacceptable and or awkward and or out of the 80s.
Well, I think it's nice because, like, everybody you meet in this hobby all, like, usually wants to go into some type of STEM field or, like, something along those lines. And it's just, like, when you have so many other, like, first of all, young people, and second of all, young girls who are all your age, and they all want to, like, go into relatively the same thing as you. Like, all of us want to go into a science of some sort.
Yeah.
And when me and Leah first met, we both wanted to do astrophysics and astronomy, that kind of thing. And I'm still on board with that.
Yes.
That was like what drew us together. My dad was like, she likes astrophysics just like you know? But it's like, you get to bond with everybody. It's like...
Mm-hmm.
Any electrical engineering fans in the chat?
What?
Load.
I'm sorry, I only do astronautical engineering? Excuse me?
Astro? No way.
Crazy, I know, right? Oh gosh.
What did they say?
I just say crazy. Anime, he says, remember us when y'all famous. I have to say, it's crazy how much, like, I've picked up from you guys. Like, I say y'all now. Jherica, what are you doing? I've lived in the South for, like, 7 years. I don't say y'all. I'm not one of y'all guys.
I've never lived in the South, and I think Jherica's definitely injected a y'all or two into my vocabulary.
Oh,
I'm scared to admit it.
Or,
I didn't
Alana.
mean to. I'm so sorry.
Alana
It's
with
okay, y'all.
Alana with her Indian accent. Now I just walk up to my parents. Oh, yeah. Oh.
well, I am half Indian, so...
Yes.
Can you give us a little rendition, Alana?
Oh no, we're gonna save that for when no one's watching.
Yes.
Also, like another thing, a lot of the people I talk to are also interested in language in the ham radio Morse code field. Like, I love the languages, so I feel like that's another reason why I was interested. Because Morse code is basically like a language. So if you're interested in languages, I would suggest giving it a go.
Programmers and hams have like a weird amount of overlap with linguistics people, and it's honestly super cool. I don't know.
Yeah. One of the things that really surprised me when I got in ham radio was the version of ham radio that I was almost sold when I first found out what ham radio was you put up an antenna and you can make a contact on a repeater for the Monday night net. And there's nothing wrong with that. But since then I've learned about, oh, well, you can do POTA activations, you can do SOTA activations, you can do FT8, you can talk to satellites, you can do Morse code, you can do so many crazy different things. And the thing that honestly I would like to, like, every young person out there is, no matter what you like, you can find some way to connect that to ham radio. And there's a lot of people that just don't, like, they're like, oh yeah, that's cool, that's nerdy, that's sciencey, I'm not really like that. And I'm like, but you don't understand, you are like that, you just don't know it yet.
You can make art in amateur radio. Ever thought about like data moshing with SSTV?
Oh,
think of the possibilities. They're endless.
The thing that I got with STV is my dad went out and in the barn and took a picture of my horse and sent it to me.
Nice.
He hasn't changed a bit. He's like a 25-year-old miniature horse, and he's still got the grumpy face.
Catch me sending pictures of horses on SSTV. Meet me on the repeater tomorrow, everybody. I got horse pictures lined up.
Right? Yeah.
You know what, Elizabeth? You should be a comedian. Leah, you should have your own news channel show and be like the people on CNN who's like, hi, welcome to, like, you know how they all have their each individual news people, like,
Welcome
having
to
their own
NASA.
show.
Plug for my
You should-
NASA show.
Jherica, you can go save the world from these crazy people.
How is she gonna stop us?
Yeah.
What's your plan,
You
Jherica?
don't want to mess with Jherica. I've
With
learned.
my bare hands. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, God.
I'm scared now. I don't want to be evil anymore.
You
I
don't,
thought I did, but I regret everything.
you don't want to mess with the Cheez-Its and the French accent. Oh, God. Let's see what chat's doing. Any questions from all of you guys that are watching? Any questions for the four of us?
We need like a Q&A jingle, I've decided.
How many people are watching?
Like
31.
20. Oh, my number is so off then. I'm not
How many
like that.
31.
4.
My father says he has a question.
Yes.
This can't be good.
What's your field day plans? Shoveling,
That's not-
probably.
I can't see the chat because it didn't work.
It's okay, I'll ask. Well, I'll tell you guys.
My dad wants to know if I'm ready for my AP physics test tomorrow.
Are you?
No.
Yes.
Are you ever ready for an AP physics test? That's the real question.
Am I ready for the AP physics test, or is the AP physics test ready for me?
Leah, how much people were in the start? Just curious.
There was like 10 people watching 30 minutes before we started the stream. That was crazy.
Here's a
What's
good
up?
question.
Like, when we started it, like,
I don't
9.
it's not 9 our time. You're just weird time.
New York, the coolest state. Oh,
That's-
yeah.
Cool.
It's-
I
That's
have to disagree with that one.
Do I got any New Yorkers in the chat?
Okay. Well,
This question from Sterling is
yes,
good.
the famous
Wait,
Sterling
New
says,
Yorkers in the chat? I want to know.
what advice do you give to other young men and women who have to face the lack of diversity, aka the curmudgeonly old men in ham radio?
Curmudgeons.
We just call them lids here.
Curmudgeons keep out. This is a no curmudgeon zone.
I would say just don't even worry about them. Like there's times like I'll repost my videos on QRZ, and there's a majority of people that are perfectly nice and perfectly willing to help. There's people who are like, hey, instead of your car without a bumper, actually I put the bumper back on, I zip tied it, you'll be happy to know it's held together with zip ties just like the rest of my car. There are people who send me pictures of tanks. They're like, you should get this instead. You'll be able to do the soda. And I'm like, yeah, I will. In a tank? Are you kidding me? And then there's people who aren't quite as nice. There's people who say not quite as nice things. But the honest truth of it is just don't worry about them. Like, if they're trying to stop you from having fun in the hobby, don't even worry about it. As long as you're not doing anything that's, like, illegal in the hobby, then they have nothing to say to you. Just go about your bad self. Have your own fun.
To, like, piggyback off of that, there's gonna be people out there that you're just gonna hear something on the radio that makes you feel, like, upset. Like, whether it's something sexist, there's racist people out there, there's xenophobic people. You're gonna hear something that makes you really upset. And a lot of people out there just say, like, well, just turn the dial, you know, free speech or whatever. And I gotta say, stay mad about that and find the people in your, like, find people that you can connect with and create and use that energy to create something positive. Like, that's what we're trying to do with our friend group. Use that energy to, like, create good in the hobby. That's how I feel about it, at least. And we are here, like, if anyone else is watching, like, we're here to be your friends. So don't be afraid to send that email like I did.
Exactly.
Oh my god. Yeah, girls, go get it. You know? You gotta live your life and do what makes you happy. You can't. People are just jealous of you, and some people don't know how to handle a powerful woman, and it makes them insecure and jealous and nervous. So what are you gonna do about that? You just go live your life. Sorry, my inner New York is coming out.
Oh,
There he goes.
Alana is our cheerleader. Like, if
That was facts.
if you're feeling
Please,
bad,
thank you.
if you're feeling upset, you're
no
part of the
brainer.
gang. Yeah, Alana's the cheerleader. What would you say, Jherica? What would you say to the lids?
I would say, like, I'd go more down the, like, find people that are like you route. So, like, branch out, do stuff like this, like the Long Island CW Club. Find people. We're here if you can't find anybody, but find people that are like you, that are your age, that are interested in the same things as you.
We're hiding in plain sight. There's groups
That's
on
true.
Discord. I mean, I got my regional group. There's Yark, which is just like kind of everybody.
Yeah.
You know, they're out there. We're gonna be better about being visible, though. Maybe that's our project.
Yeah.
We gotta make it easier for people to find each other.
Because I think, honestly, the thing is, it's not that there's not young people in amateur radio, is that there's a bunch of young people that are interested in ham radio, but just don't know anybody and don't know how to get started and then become uninterested. And if we can catch people before they get uninterested, and we can, like, here, have fun. Here, look at this video. Here, talk to us. It would make all the difference. Yeah. That's what I would say to that, Sterling. That's what I would say.
Well put.
Yep.
Awesome.
What were you gonna say, Alana?
Oh, I said awesome.
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 The
People in the chat are like, oh, I'm learning so many new vocabulary words. Well, this is a big old pog champ for everyone in the chat. Add that to your vocabulary.
We're all a bunch of Zoomers. You boomers, we Zoomers.
Zoomer pride, baby.
Pog.
Oh gosh, I feel
Oh God, please. Please.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
I love the complete.
People our age in the chat, like, are they just like kids our age?
It's like 5.
There's a couple kids of our age. They are of the age that us.
About PogChamp, we reclaimed the word PogChamp. We want nothing to do with the emoji.
Oh yeah.
To clarify.
Jherica's dying in the corner because she'll never admit it, but she knows exactly what's going on. I love the complete and total peer pressure. If someone says awesome, and it makes its way around the loop. Okay.
Awesome.
question to everybody in the video, what radios are you currently using? Well, I will go first with this one. I am using a Zygon G90. And I got it from Uncle Mike, K8MRD radio stuff, like, over the summer, and I'm still using it because I love it. How about you, Elizabeth?
Right now, like every weekend, I use the Kenwood TM-D700. Yes,
Yeah.
TM-D700. I think it's really cool. I didn't make that decision. I didn't purchase it. It's just what happened to be in the house. But it came out in the early 2000s-ish, so it has like a built-in TNC for packet and stuff, which I think is super cool, and I bought a cable for it, so I don't know. Packet's fun. Try it sometime.
Jherica, what are you using?
Yeah, I'm using a couple different ones right now. I have my G90 that Uncle Mike got me, and then I have a 7300 for my school club. But lately, my personal one, my dad begs me to use it, but it's mine. My ICOM IC705.
Ooh,
Oh, I love it.
flexing. Alana,
We are on Blahaj now. Sorry. I saw the comment in the chat. I couldn't resist.
Star.
Blahaj time. Blahaj? I'm sorry, Swedish people. I don't know how to pronounce your language. I'm doing my best. I'll learn more. I'm sorry. Okay, moving on.
Alana, are you currently using the radio? Do you know
What? Sorry, what?
Do you know what radio your dad uses?
I have no idea.
That's
It's cool though. He has a lot of them. A lot of different equipment up there. It's too much. It's too much. He needs help. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Sign.
That's every single. I at least can relate to that. Like, look at all of this, and it goes up, and it goes down, and there's more shelves, and there's more stuff. I mean, I'm not complaining because every time that I need to do any sort of technical project, I just go and take his stuff very quietly. Like, I don't have my own soldering station. I just use his. I don't have extra wires. I just use his. So
That's how I feel. We have like one drawer in our house that all the family's cords have like collected in, and we call it Hell's Drawer because, you know,
just
it's
everything.
you know, it's
a bottom.
that's how I feel, like looking through Hell's Drawer for something. Like, oh, I found the really specific cable we needed from 2006.
Actually, everything back here is like labeled, but the one that scares me the most is the USB gadgets box because there's just so much stuff in it, and you can never find the USB gadget you need, but you always need the USB gadget. It's just the way of the world. Good Game says, I take Jherica's 705 very quietly. Oh, I don't know.
It's not quietly. I give him permission even when he doesn't ask.
Wow.
I always notice when it's missing.
I have to say, the dads in this hobby are a really cool bunch. Like, my dad's always super supportive of me. Jherica's dad's always walking in a room singing Moana very loudly. Alana's dad is always, like, asking me how I'm doing in the most New Yorker accent on the planet. I love it. It's hilarious.
Says that about him, that he has an accent.
I haven't met Elizabeth's dad, but apparently he's super into Star Trek, which me too, so...
They're watching it right over there right now.
I used to be...
Big ups for the dads. Big ups for the dads.
Right? Awesome.
Thanks, dads. Just
Oh.
all of them. Thanks, moms.
Yeah.
Parents. You're good.
Everybody.
You're good. Thank you.
Whoever got you into this hobby, they're awesome.
Or
And-
this world.
Or this world. Shut up, Dad. Whoever got you into this hobby, they're awesome. So if you're in chat,
Anna.
make sure to tell whoever got you into this hobby a big thank you. And I believe, unless there's any more questions in chat, that will actually be the conclusion of the very first YL Gang meeting. And
Gonna
I'm an actress.
yes, you are. And we love
Just
you
had to
for it,
flex
Alana.
real quick.
I'm sorry, I had a lot of theater recently.
It must be
A lot of plays.
Is theater easy online?
Huh?
Like, how do you do theater online? Just like
Oh,
that?
it's just like this. It's like through Zoom, and that you record it, and then it's like kind of like a movie. There's
Oh,
a lot
nice.
of ways to do it, but it's a lot of technical difficulties happen, and it's kind of annoying. But
Awesome. Well, I do believe we will be doing this again whenever works out. I would like to end up doing this probably once a month if that works for everyone, because I feel like it is really nice to just talk to everybody. Everybody gets to talk to us. We get to have fun. I get to see some familiar faces. Plus, it's an excuse for me to get the entire YL gang together and talk. So, big round of applause for everybody who starred in this video. We have Elizabeth KD9ORR, Jherica KI5HTA, and of course, the one and only Alana. So, yeah. I believe that will be all. Any final words?
Thanks for having us. That was really fun. It was good talking to you guys.
I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for coming.
Bye, everyone. See you on the next stream or the next video.